Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition in order to communicate energies to you, the viewer. We will be doing a timeless reading, taking a look at the person on your mind, everything about them, current situation, and near future, far future. And we have 3 options to choose from today. So if you're new to pick a cards, the options will be time-stamped in the description box below and in the pinned comment. For option number 1, you have this Healing Light Tarot deck. So if you're drawn to this pile, this will be pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the Aquarian Tarot. And pile number 3 is this tarot, and I have no idea its name, and I've had this one for quite some time. All right, so take a look at these 3 and pick whichever one's calling to you, and we will take a look at all about your person. All right, see you soon. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1. If you pick the Healing Light Tarot deck, then pile number 1, this is your reading. We will be taking a look at all about your person. Okay, we'll be doing a Celtic Cross, and we'll take a look at their current situation, anything that's going on around them right now. We won't take this one Spirit because I'm not ready. And we will be taking a look at near future and far future as well. All right, and this could very well be tapping into your own energies. Okay, and I say that all the time because energy is just picked up, and you might be sitting in this pile, hence why you're drawn to this pile, which means your person's energy might be in another pile. So just take note. If it sounds like you, it could still maybe be your person if you guys are mirroring each other. And all that means is that you and your person are vibrating most likely in the same frequency and mirroring each other in regards to what you're experiencing. All right, so keep an open mind and use your intuition to differentiate which is you. And we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 1 regarding their person, the person on their mind, all about their person, what is going on with them. And thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy and your person. All right, so let's take a look at what we have. All right, so what represents your person? This card right here, okay. What covers them? Well, that one did flip. But we'll keep them all face down for now. What crosses them? All right. Now beneath them, behind them, what crowns them? Immediately before them, far future. Sorry, I need lots of room here. All right, so sees self. Environment, hopes and fears, and the outcome card, which we'll put right here, and the bottom of the deck energy, which we will start with to pick up the overall tone of this reading. So the Fool card. All right, I always read bottom of the deck energy upright. So we have the Fool card for the bottom, which means your person wants a new beginning. Okay, so a new beginning where they don't know what to expect. They want to take a risk. They want to move forward and maybe leave the past in the past. And this has been the energy that's kind of the underpinning of what they're experiencing right now, okay? So a very beautiful card here with the Fool. Can't help but notice this kind of looking like a globe. I feel like your person, if your person is at a distance, I feel like your person wants to go travel towards you. Also, I feel as though your person's willing to go the distance in this connection. Okay, because this is specifically about your person in regards to this connection and what's going on with them. So we'll see more, but I do feel as though your person's wanting to travel towards you. I also feel as though, looking at this card, this dog is kind of left there behind, and I'm not sure how this comes out in the Rider-Smith Tarot deck, if the dog is always left on the cliff. But I feel like in order for your person to move forward, your person's going to have to leave a piece of themselves behind, which might have been a challenge, or might be the challenge in which they haven't been able to move forward. So I do see with this card, your person is looking at what moving forward looks like, going the distance looks like, and potentially leaving a piece of themselves behind, okay? Because this dog would represent this person's dog, so they're having to leave maybe family behind, maybe a job behind, maybe something that belongs to them behind. This one's going to keep rolling away because that's what it does. I'm just going to move it up there. All right, so let's take a look at the significator card for your person. So this would represent your person. So we have the 8 of Cups. Okay, so Fool is walking away from something, okay, because you got to leave something behind in order to start anew. The 8 of Cups also talks about leaving something behind. Now, with the 8 of Cups, you're leaving behind something that maybe emotionally fulfilled you at some point in time, but you're no longer getting emotional fulfillment out of, okay? And you're moving towards something that would emotionally fulfill you. So could very well be, like we saw that dog, your person's looking to leave a situation in their life that they're no longer emotionally fulfilled by. Could be family, friends, situations that just are no longer giving them that emotional satisfaction, okay? And we do see the moon covering the sun there. I feel like your person is amidst getting clarity in what this looks like. Okay, and I also feel every time I see moon and sun on the same card, I kind of always feel like there's a balance of masculine and feminine. Okay, and I feel like your person has been working on balancing their masculine and feminine energy. I also feel like with the mountains here that there's been a lot of obstacles in your person either trying to do this healing work and in them trying to get to the other side of what they feel would emotionally fulfill them. Okay, the moon talks about fears as well, so potentially the fears are getting in the way of them seeing the light. And the fact that there's lots of water here, I feel like there is deep emotions that your person's experiencing, okay? Also looks like stormy weather here, so your person could be contemplating, you know, overcoming obstacles and maybe walking into a shit show of a storm, which is a fear of theirs. And I feel like this would loop back into this Fool because they don't really know what to expect on the other side of this mountain, okay? But this is kind of the significator for your person. So I would say that your person is looking to emotionally fulfill themselves right now. And I don't feel as though they're letting anything get in their way. Okay, that's kind of how your person is coming up right now. Now, what covers them will be this card right here. And what covers them is this 4 of Wands. So your person, this could very well be your energy as well, okay? So like I said, if this sounds more like you than your person, then your person might be elsewhere. This 4 of Wands means a lot of things when I pull it. One, it could be the 11-11 card. So certainly, you know, either you or your person could be seeing a lot of 11-11 in regards to this connection. And when you guys started getting involved in this connection, and what that is a destined number. A lot of people could very well believe that their person is their twin flame or their soulmate, or there's a destined reason for connecting, okay? But this being the covering energy for your person, I feel as though your person is really looking for stability here, okay? Four of Wands talks about stability, but also talks about coming together, celebrations, marriage, unity, blended families, building a structure that you're able to build upon with another individual. Okay, it's very solid. And I feel like this being the covering card, this is what your person is really driving towards. Now, we know they weren't emotionally fulfilled, and potentially what they thought was stable in their life was maybe built on shaky ground, because the Four of Wands is not shaky, and I feel as though your person is striving towards something that allows them to be more content in the stability that they want to call home, that they want to build upon, okay? And the fact that we have lots of fireworks, and like this card is just giving me a lot of excitement and fun. I feel like your person wants stability, but they're also looking for excitement, fun, and there's a lot of people here in this card, right? Because they're all kind of partying. So I feel like your person really wants to enjoy life without maybe sacrificing some of the stability that they want to have in their life, okay? Something that they can build on with another, that they could still enjoy themselves, they can still be themselves, express themselves, celebrate themselves, but still be able to be stable, okay? So this is kind of the covering energy of your person. Now let's take a look at what's crossing them. So we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, the Ace of Wands talks about inspired action. It's like a seed, an idea, a desire, okay, to get going. Now, the fact that this is a crossing card, I feel like what's been the challenge here is your person having the desire to get going in this direction, okay? Emotionally, they have, I was gonna say suffered, but they're dissatisfied, okay, in the current situations, and they're identifying that they need to move away from this. So they're lacking in inspired action, meaning, how do I do this? You know, what do I do? Like, how do I take my first step forward? What is it that I'm supposed to do? Like, what is going to bring me closer to this Four of Wands? You know, all they know is they're dissatisfied in their situation. They want to take a leap of faith. They want to move forward, but what is it that I need to do? What's my first step? I'm getting that they don't really quite know how to take that first step or how to begin, okay? What are they inspired to move towards? Like, what do they need to do? I feel there's a lot of confusion as far as what the first step looks like and what the path looks like in order to get to where they need to go. Like, this is giving me straight path, knowing where they're going, but this is being a crossing card. This is like the challenge for them, okay? They just know end game here with the Four of Wands is stability, joy, celebrations, building a unity, but yeah, how do I get there? What do I do? What does that require of me? You know, and I feel like your person does not want to have to turn their world upside down. I mean, who would want to? They just know they're emotionally unfulfilled. I mean, they probably don't even want to leave their dog behind, right? Like, crossing the globe here or whatever is like a big challenge for your person, okay? So maybe they want the path of least resistance. Maybe they want the most direct path in getting to where they need to go. But what does this look like? Okay, and I feel like this could mean a whole bunch of different things. So they're definitely, yeah, taking a look at what that looks like for them. And that's kind of what the challenge is right now in their mind when it comes to this situation. Okay, so this is the beneath them card, which is kind of the energy that's below the subconscious. Could definitely be the accumulation of energies that have kind of put them in the state in which they're at right now. Okay, so we have the Hermit card. I'm not reading any reversals here, but definitely catching anything that is blocked. But with this Hermit card, this talks about going within and taking a really good look at one's self and asking tough questions of oneself, okay? And I feel like in order for them to get a really good understanding of what wasn't emotionally fulfilling them, they'd have to ask these tough questions. What in their environment, you know, led to them being unemotionally fulfilled? And I feel like they've been fairly withdrawn from this connection, fairly withdrawn from maybe even their own life, maybe however they were showing up in their day-to-day. I just feel like they've been closed off because they're doing a lot of reflecting on self, reflecting what it is that they want, and asking tough questions of themselves, of spirit, and just really trying to find out, you know, what it is that they want for themselves. I feel like here, them holding this lantern with the light, I feel like, and like we saw the sun here, I feel like what is really guiding them is their own happiness and clarity into what is going to provide them the most happiness and emotional fulfillment, okay? Because they were represented by this Eight of Cups. So I feel like that's kind of their guiding light, you know, what they want to do in order to be emotionally satisfied, and what sort of action plan are they wanting to and willing to accept for themselves in order to get to this Four of Wands. Okay. So behind them, so this is passing energies, we have the Chariot. All right, so Chariot talks about forward movement. So I feel like your person's done a lot of balancing of their dark shadow side and their light side. And I feel like it was required in order for them to really be honest with themselves as far as what emotionally no longer fills them and what will fill their cup up, okay? And I think this took a lot of balancing out and taking a look at the hard questions about who they are as an individual, because the Chariot talks about, you know, balancing out your shadow side, your light side, talks about using your willpower in order to really pull through situations that might even be challenging. So I feel like this might even be news to a lot of you guys, how far your person has come in balancing their masculine and feminine energy here. I feel like they have done a lot of work internally by, you know, being kind of in this hermit mode and being shut out and allowing themselves to really ask these tough questions has allowed them to balance themselves in a way that I don't think they've been balanced in the past, okay? And I don't feel as though I feel as though this person, if you're seeing them making forward movement in the recent past, I feel like this movement could potentially be how they are communicating with you and showing up in this connection might have changed from where it was at in the past. Although, I mean, one can argue whether this is slow or quick or whatever, but I do feel like this person has made a lot of changes to how they're showing up, and they're showing up in a more balanced way than they have in the past. And I feel like still, again, you know, like I said, this guy's holding this lantern, this Chariot guy's holding this light. I feel like your person is really hanging on to wanting the clarity as to this four of wands, okay? Really kind of following this light, following this guiding light. I feel like this connection could potentially be giving your person this hope, this guiding light in which way to move towards. You see this person kind of staring towards the light. I just feel like your person's wanting to move towards the light, move towards clarity, move towards honesty, what's right, and out of any sort of uncertainties and darkness that they might have been experiencing, okay? So let's take a look at what crowns them. And this is kind of the energy in which they're kind of more what's guiding them? Kind of like, yeah, like this light that we're talking about, like what they're really driving towards. Okay, so we have this Knight of Swords energy. I feel like your person is embracing the fact that they will stop at nothing as far as any challenge that gets in their way, to move themselves towards the light. And I feel like they are being called upon to transform, which has been their first real challenge here with all these butterflies talking about transformation. And I feel like your person, again, was balancing out their feminine and masculine energies in order to become a more balanced type person. Okay, interesting. You see these two circles here, okay, with the light, and then you see these two circles here with the light at the tip of their sword. I feel like the truth, okay, here the truth is kind of what they were guided to follow, and here the tip of the sword is the truth. And I feel like your person's willing to use the truth, move forward with truth, and use this truth in order to get through what they need to move themselves towards their guiding light. Okay, and I feel like this connection, because again, this reading is about, you know, all about your person and in regards to this connection and what they're feeling and experiencing. So I feel like they're wanting to use truth in order to face any sort of challenges that come their way and move them closer to this clarity, move them closer to the light, no matter how much pain, because the sword sometimes does cause pain. But if it's stemmed from truth, then I feel like your person is willing to accept that they are utilizing this truth. Okay. And the fact that there's like 5 butterflies, I feel like your person could have very well transformed many times over in this connection or since you've met them, okay, with the 5 butterflies. And I feel like they're embracing, I mean, we're never finally transformed, but I feel like they're embracing this massive transformation with that really big butterfly right now. And this transformation is giving them the strength and the ability to leap forward towards facing challenges that maybe in the past they were shying away from, those mountains. Okay, and the knight is a very quick moving knight. It's the fastest moving knight. So I feel like the fact that this is crowning your person, I feel like your person wants to be led by truth, wants to move quickly, wants to face challenges, wants to embrace any sort of transformations coming their way, and still wants to embrace whatever clarity and light is guiding them in this connection. Okay, so immediate future. So this will be maybe what you'll see from your person in the immediate future. We have this 7 of Swords. Okay, so again, not reading reversals, although this one was sitting there reversed. But what I really feel, 7 of Swords could mean many different things. But 7 of Swords is always about somebody who is self-serving in some sort of way, okay? And maybe they are self-serving by not looping everyone into what their game plan is. It's kind of like a thief in the night, okay? And I feel like your person, with this truth, I feel like your person is now willing to accept the truth of a situation, regardless of who this may hurt, and what sort of challenge that they have to face that might leave them looking like they were a thief in the night, or that they were deceitful in some way in the past. I feel like your person is willing to step into an energy that is showing themselves and revealing themselves in all the ways that they have been, all the ways that they have acted. Okay, and the fact that this is in like future position to me could mean in the next, you know, week to the next month. So I feel like in the next week to the next month, your person may still be very guarded of all of this stuff that they've, you know, kind of were able to realize in hermit mode. They've done a lot of work in transformation. They're kind of wanting to move forward. They're very protective of moving away from something that doesn't emotionally fulfill them. they're unclear as to how to get there. So I feel like in the next week to month, there's going to be a lot of still guarded energies, because I feel your person is uncertain without being completely honest and saying, you know what, I'm not quite sure even what this looks like, that they're keeping this to themselves, okay? They're keeping this challenge to themselves. I feel like they want answers, they want solutions, they want to move towards clarity, but at the same time, it's like they want to find out what's right for them. They don't want anyone to tell them, you know, what it is that they need to do. It needs to be what's right for them. And I feel like they're wanting to put this in front of everything, because I feel like your person's coming to a realization that unless they're emotionally fulfilled and unless they're moving with honesty, and clear on what it is that they want, they don't want to go face a challenge saying, well, I don't know, you know, I don't know, and I'm kind of stumbling or hitting a roadblock. They're going to want to face this challenge and, you know, accept where they're at, but I feel like they want to accept it fully within themselves before they go and reveal themselves, which, I mean, could be quite frustrating, especially if they're not really revealing all of this side of themselves. But the fact that there's lots of swords still, and swords does talk about communication, and it does talk about, you know, being in your thoughts. I feel like your person is maybe going to need to talk out loud about a lot of the thoughts that they've had that might not be either realistic, or might be more fears, or might be more figments of what they've been carrying as a thought that might not be doing them any service. And I feel like they're potentially going to come forward with this, okay? So if they come forward with something that might sound hurtful, or they might come forward with something that you weren't, sorry, I'm just going to have coffee, with something that you, yeah, that you're going to be like, what? I didn't even know that you thought that, or that you felt that, you know, and it might be hurtful. But I feel like your person needs to overcome these fears, and needs to overcome some of this stuff, because after the 7 of Swords comes the 8 of Swords. So I feel like your person almost knows what's coming, is that they're going to be bound by these thoughts, these fears, these mental, looping thoughts maybe that are kind of coming about unless they resolve them. And I feel like their challenge right now is to step up to them and take a look at them and share this with you, and share this with, you know, another, rather than holding that all in. Okay, and I still feel like, well, this looks like a fox here, but I feel like your person is still tied to whatever, like we said, the dog kind of representing your person's a piece of their past, I guess, if you will. I still feel like your person is still kind of hanging on to the situation where they felt emotionally unfulfilled, okay? I still feel like your person's kind of wrapped up in that, and this is showing up as a 7 of Swords because they full well know what's not emotionally fulfilling them, and they might not be prepared to have that conversation just yet. Although we do know that they're wanting to move towards this truth and have this communication. So they might be still defending, right? Defending why they're still hanging on to this piece, why they've been hanging on to that piece. There's still some fear here, okay? So let's take a look at far future. And this could mean a month to 3 months, even 6 months, depending where you guys fall in this energy timeline. Okay, so we do see this 3 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands talks about, you know, waiting for your ships to come in, but it's like you've done all the work and you've prepared and you've kind of laid all the groundwork, all the dominoes, so to speak, in order for things to just flow and come to you. So I feel like your person in the next 3 to 6 months will feel as though everything they've worked towards will allow them to bring in everything that's required in order for their future to be set. Okay, now the 3 of Wands, if you see, there's like these 2 wands and then this guy hanging on to this wand. It's like moving towards making an option and bringing a piece of you, or the piece of you that you aren't leaving behind, okay, forward into making a decision and moving towards something. Okay, although we could say the ship's coming in and this is like a waiting card, I feel like your person is looking towards, moving forward with a decision here, bringing a piece of themselves, maybe the piece that they're not ready to leave behind, or maybe a piece of them that is their true self. I mean, they're coming forward with one wand, one hand still on one wand. So they are coming still with something that belongs to them. And they are looking for future movement for themselves so that they can plant their future. Okay, and this is like anticipation. This is someone who knows that their future is going to move forward in a direction that they've anticipated or planned for. So yeah, I feel like there is a gap between this card and this card as to what the groundwork looks like, and we could certainly pull cards, because I feel like here they're still struggling in releasing this to get to forward movement, but then by this far future, I feel like they've laid the groundwork in order to accept where they're moving towards. And the Three of Wands is right before the Four of Wands. So I feel like whatever this Four of Wands is, this stability that they call stability for themselves, is going to be fast approaching after this, 3 to 6 month window, because the Three of Wands is followed by this Four of Wands, okay? And in order to start, they got to start with this Ace of Wands, which is the very first step. And I feel like that is what's the holdup, because they're still experiencing this Seven of Swords type energy here. Okay. So now let's take a look at C's self. So this is how they're kind of seeing themselves in this situation. Okay, Six of Pentacles. I feel like your person is really taking a hard look at what they've been able to provide in this connection. And I feel like they are maybe feeling very Seven of Swords-ish, because I don't feel like they have always been showing up in this connection in a way that they, want to, that they have been providing balance in this connection. Okay. Now, if they have been investing in this connection, then I feel like your person's main game, I guess, as they're seeing themselves, is how they can give in this connection to balance things out. Like, what can they give energetically? What can they do themselves to put forward in order to balance this connection? Okay. Now, what I'm getting for a lot of you guys, if this is your energy here, what I'm feeling is that there is, I'm going to do a quick recap, a moving away from maybe a situation with somebody that you're leaving behind. Okay, and you've had to do a lot of introspection in regards to what it is that's going to make you happy. And maybe you're not really fired up about moving forward, because maybe there's a lot of pain in leaving this person behind. And you've been driven to move forward in what it is that's truthful. And potentially you've had to not be upfront with whoever you're leaving behind here in order for you to move forward with your own happiness. Because I feel here, this is a card about balance and bringing balance. And I feel like this showing up in your energy, or your person's energy, could very well be talking about how energetically this person, okay, if this is your person, feels that they're wanting to or have been balancing things out in this connection. And I was feeling from this spread that I feel like your person is maybe coming into your realization that there potentially has been an imbalance in what they were receiving as a result of this connection. Okay. And if the shoe is flipped on the other side, then this could very well be your person is recognizing that they've been imbalanced in how they've been showing up in this connection. But either which way, take what resonates here, because again, like I said, this could be your energy or your person's energy. Okay. Now this is C's environment. Four of Cups. So I feel like, yeah, for this card, this is talking about apathy and maybe not seeing the cup that's offered in love. And I feel like this being in the environment card, potentially, if this is your energy, you have extended a cup of love, and this being in the environment, it has not been reciprocated. It's not been appreciated. And there's a sense of not getting what it is that you need. Also, the fact that we have this Eight of Cups, walking away from what doesn't emotionally fulfill you. This is environment. So the environment isn't emotionally fulfilling. Okay, so your person is, if this is your person, not getting what they emotionally need out of their environment. They're kind of sitting there like, well, what's next? I'm emotionally unfulfilled. I need to move away from this feeling of apathy towards something that's going to be more stable, more exciting, more passionate with my truth. Now that I've had a chance to, go inside and take a look at what I want to drive towards. And I feel like that's really what instigated them feeling this Eight of Cups, is the environment hasn't been emotionally fulfilling. Okay, so if you are resonating as this being your person, maybe they are in a situation where what used to excite them no longer does, and they're wanting to build stability elsewhere in following their bliss, their emotional bliss. And they're having to realize that their environment has played a big part in not being able to bring them this fulfillment. Hasn't been a balance, give and take in their environment. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at hopes and fears. Oh my goodness. So the Empress. So this is interesting because, yeah, halfway through I'm feeling that this could be a lot of your guys' energy, but I could still feel that it could also be your person. So just take what resonates here, because I'm getting mixed bag for energy. But in the hopes and fears, I feel like this Empress card talks a lot about, the divine feminine for one, right? But it is the card with the most abundance in the tarot. It talks about, all the suits and every areas of your life being fully abundant, okay? Not just in career, but in emotions, when it comes to love and sharing, when it comes to building your financial security. And it's this mother energy as well. And I feel like what your person is really striving for is this pure, genuine, abundant love. Okay, type of love that a mother can give, a type of pure unconditional love, a gentle love, and a very abundant love when it comes to all areas of life. And I feel like because this Eight of Cups was limiting them in some sort of way, and they weren't getting this in their existing environment, that they're looking to themselves to balance this out and go after what's going to emotionally fulfill them. Okay, now if you are the divine feminine, you might be resonating with this Empress card here, stepping into your power, going after what it is that you want, facing truth, even though it might be painful truth and adversity, and having honest discussions with people and moving away, leaving something behind, moving away, going the distance for yourself towards what your happiness is, and waiting for your ships to come in as far as what's going to bring you this Four of Wands, the stability, the security, this happiness. Okay. Empress is also Taurus energy, and we have Virgo here, and I believe Chariot is Cancer. Okay, so you might be resonating with any one of those signs. All right, absolutely beautiful. And now this is the outcome card. Outcome card here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. So very well could be your energy, you guys, but if not, and this is you're looking at your person, you're seeing your person potentially as maybe the mother of your child. Maybe you want to have a family with your person. This is your hope. a family with your person, express love, and expand, because this is expansion, expand your world when it comes to all areas of your life. And you're seeing your person here as this Queen of Pentacles, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is, again, mother energy. Maybe you want to make this person your wife. Maybe you feel, if you're the viewer here, you want to be, you know, a wife, a mother, a caregiver, somebody who is solid and stable, can stand on their own and provide and be caregiver, but also be able to move forward with stable energy. And I feel like if your person is seeing this as their outcome, it's like they want to have this this family, this build this empire of stability with you as their wife, as their person, the kind of the guiding light we were seeing that was driving them forward. Okay, and I feel like if you're the one this is about with that guiding light, I feel like what's guiding you is your own abundance, your own stability, being the mother, being the sole provider of your happiness and your own abundance. But I really feel like somebody here wants to have a child. Talking about mother energy, this Queen of Pentacles is pregnant, okay? And yeah, I just feel like having a family, because this Four of Wands talks about, you know, marriage celebrations, coming together to build a family. So I feel like the structure could very well be the groundwork to build a family, and what that looks like is driving this person forward. And they've struggled with, you know, what's the first step? What is it that I need to do? How do I maybe move away from what's not emotionally fulfilling me in order to get towards this? You know, what do I got to jump away from in order to take this leap of faith? Because I don't know if I leave my situation, if things will get better, you know, but this is kind of what's the guiding light of it. Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So we have Taurus coming up fairly strong here. Okay. And we are going to get clarity here in between the Seven of Swords and this Three of Wands. Sorry if this got a little more confusing halfway through. Okay, we got heartbreak. So I feel like your person, if this is about your person reading their energy, which is what we intended it to be, I feel like the more your person sits in the Seven of Swords and not be honest and share their intentions, although I feel as though your person has good intentions, but they're not communicating this, they're going to be experiencing more heartbreak. Okay, this is like heartbreak from maybe actions and causing heartbreak, but what I feel is heartbreak is heartbreak from being separated from something we love. Okay, so the longer we're fighting and maybe hanging on to past situations that aren't emotionally fulfilling us, the more we're experiencing heartbreak. Okay, and this can go for you as well. If you're in a situation that you're not letting go of and you're kind of lying to yourself that you're emotionally fulfilled or that you still can't quite move away from, you're going to experience heartbreak. This is going to be painful because you know you need to release anything that isn't emotionally fulfilling you, no matter how challenging. Move forward with truth, move towards the light in order to release this heartbreak. So I feel like this heartbreak is kind of the breaking point and is going to be realized and experienced before, you know, this person says, screw it. I'm going to lay the groundwork towards my abundance, what it is that I want to build. And if it's a family, then it's a family. Because in this situation, I'm not being emotionally fulfilled. There's this give and take, and I want to provide, I want to build, and my environment isn't giving me what I emotionally need in order to build. So, that's very painful. It's painful when you come to terms with an environment that's not giving you or making you feel apart from what's going to give you satisfaction, what's going to give you emotional happiness. It's painful. This is pain from being separated from something we love, you know, and what we love is abundance, family, joy, stability, contentment, emotional fulfillment. And if we're not having that in a situation, we have to come to terms with it. And seeing this Chariot in the passing energy, I feel like, you know, this is recent past. I feel like in the recent past, there's been quite the balance of recognizing where maybe some of this pain is coming from, and maybe where there is some truths that needs to be balanced, and where we might be having difficulties in telling ourselves the truth in order to move forward. So I'm going to pull a card here on the Chariot because Yeah, I just want to get a card here on that. Yeah, 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands talks about the wounded warrior. Could talk about being guarded, building walls, standing your ground. I feel like this Chariot means forward movement, but the 9 of Wands could very well be just kind of playing it safe. And maybe what this is talking about is that balancing act and needing to internally balance things out and recuperate after being in battle in order to, I guess, hone in on one's energy in order to either drop guard and move forward, or protect oneself enough for them to be strong enough to move forward in a direction that, you know, they see their future potential. So I really feel like there's been a lot of change in this, how, if this is your energy or your person's, how this person's been showing up in this connection. But I feel what the challenge here is that the wall is still up. There's a guarded wall, okay? And if this is you towards your person, it's guarded because there's a recognition about emotional fulfillment that's not quite coming. So this wall remains. And if this is your person's energy, I could feel like, you know, them needing this wall up while they balance and figure out what's right for them, you know, because they're still kind of in this guarded energy. 7 of Swords, 9 of Wands is this guarded energy, okay? So yeah, this is what I see here for all about your person. Could very well, like I said, be your energy. If this resonated, leave a like, leave a comment, and you could very well go check out pile number 2 or pile number 3 if you felt this was your person's. Remember, energies are mirrored, so it could certainly be a reflection of your person and yourself if you're experiencing the same thing. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you pick the Aquarian Tarot, then this will be your reading. So thank you so much, pile number 2, for joining me today. We're going to be taking a look at all about your person. I won't take a look at that. All about your person. And we'll be doing a Celtic Cross. So their current situation, okay, their near future, far future, and how they're kind of experiencing this connection and what's going on with them. And it could very well be your own energies. Okay, so if this sounds like you, it could either be that you and your person are mirroring each other, and what that means is you guys are experiencing same types of situation energy, because of your vibration might be matched to your person, so you might be experiencing the same energetic waves. Okay, so just kind of use your intuition, take what resonates, and yeah, if it feels more like it's your energy and not your person, then your person's energy could very well be in a different pile. Okay, so I'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 2. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person. All right, so Spirit, pile number 2's person, what's going on with them? Okay, so we have what signifies your person here as a significator. This is what covers them. We will flip them after. Okay, what crosses them? Oh, they're all wanting to flip. Okay, so the significator is your person. What covers them, what crosses them? Beneath them. Behind them. And what crowns them. Immediately before them. Far future. See self. See his environment. Hopes and fears. An outcome card, and bottom of the deck energy we'll read right now. We have the 8 of Swords. Okay, so your person feels restricted, okay? This is kind of the flavor of this whole reading here with the 8 of Swords, talking about feels restricted either because they've had to put up a boundary. Okay, so again, this could be your energy if you had to put boundaries around your person, but could very well be the boundary card. Could be your person feels like they can't move because they have maybe fears, mental thoughts that are keeping them back. Maybe they're telling themselves some stories or untruths about what's restricting them in moving forward. And this is kind of like the tone. Okay, so now let's take a look at energies that covers them, or I guess this is the significator card. So this is kind of significating your person right now. Ace of Cups. So we did see that flip over. Ace of Cups talks about self-love. Okay, so I feel like your person is encompassing what it is to give themselves love. Okay, this is also an emotional new beginning. So your person could be very well wanting to start an emotional new beginning and feels really limited or held back in some way. Maybe this connection might be making them feel restricted, but they're wanting this emotional new beginning. Okay, and they're also encompassing what it's like to give themselves love so that they can overfill their cup with love and be able to move into a Two of Cups, which is a give and take with another person. But I feel like they're either learning to love themselves, or they have been working on building what emotionally fulfills them, and they've been really encompassing this type of an energy. Okay, when it comes to this connection specifically, because that's what we're asking about. Now, what covers them is this Ten of Cups. So I feel like your person is certainly wanting the full emotional fulfillment here. And what this Ten of Cups is coming together with another in order to build a emotional fulfillment, be it a family, ultimate contentment, joy, happiness with another person. Okay, it's a partnership of people emotionally fulfilling each other's needs. Now, the Nine of Cups talks about, you know, somebody just emotionally getting what it is that they want out of a situation. The fact that we see Ten of Cups here, I feel like your person being covered by this energy is really wanting to embrace this Ten of Cups, wanting an emotional give and take, and, you know, starting from this Ace of Cups, working towards this Ten of Cups. So maybe they feel like they're held back in some sort of way to move from the 1 to the 10. Okay, like something's holding them back. Maybe they've had to put a boundary up, but what they're trying to embrace here is self-love in order to move from emotionally starting over so that they can go towards their 10 of Cups. Okay, so now what's crossing them is this Knight of Cups. Well, that would stand to reason, especially if this is your energy. You know, this Knight talks about somebody moving forward in order to offer a cup of love. This is the Knight in shining armor, extending this one cup of love to another in order to go from the 1 to the 2. And the fact that it's crossing, it's like someone here isn't extending their emotion. Someone here isn't moving forward with their feelings, isn't expressing their feelings, isn't moving forward with feelings, isn't driving from the 1. So it's stagnant. Okay, there's this holdup, and I feel like maybe the holdup is because there's a belief that they can't move forward, and maybe there's a boundary up so this person can't move forward. Maybe if this is your energy, you feel like you can't move forward, and extending this romantic cup of love towards your person in order to get to this 10 of Cups. Okay, yeah, interesting. So this is I guess what grounds this person. Okay, and it is in the subconscious energies that kind of are driving or have led to this state of being of this person. So we got the 3 of Cups. Okay, lots of Cups energy. So this is lighthearted energy. Okay, this is social network. This is gathering of people. This is celebrations. This is light joy energy. Now, because I'm not reading anything in reverse here, I'm picking up from this card that maybe this person has been more stuck in a lighthearted type energy. And maybe in this situation, this person has been showing up more as a friend in a friend network, and now is challenged with, how do I move from being friendly and enjoying my person on a social capacity to turning it into this romantic gesture, and me stepping forward and announcing how I feel, or moving forward with my cup of love, because you know, I've only ever known my person to be in this Three of Cups energy, or they know me to be only in this Three of Cups energy, which is more of a friendly type vibe, okay? And this can also mean that your person has been driven by knowing you as a good friend and as someone that they have a lot of fun with, as somebody that they're able to trust and celebrate with, and now there's this desire to have a Ten of Cups, but they're challenged with how they're going to have this communication and extend this cup of love. Still, this Eight of Swords might be holding them back in some way, okay? So this is behind them. So this is passing energy, recent past. So we have death. So there's some sort of ending, some sort of transition. And maybe what's happened is your person might have in the past or in some point in time seen you as a friend, and now there is something they can't unsee. There's been an ending, and there's a desire to see things in a different way here. And I feel like the Death card obviously talks about something coming to an end in order for there to be a clearing and a new beginning. So I feel like your person's recently either put an end to a situation that was going on in this connection in which things have completely changed. And maybe they have expressed themselves, but maybe it hasn't been reciprocated. Could very well be the case, or could very well be the case that your person is putting an end to feeling like they want to keep extending this cup of love in order to move towards their Ten of Cups if they've realized that this extending this cup wasn't going anywhere. Okay, and it wasn't going anywhere maybe because you friend zoned them in some sort of way with the friend card and this Eight of Swords. Okay, now again, this could be your energy, but what I'm feeling like the challenge here is this moving in romantically has been a challenge, and that there has been an ending to some sort of energy that's going on in this connection, okay? And if you guys are in a period of no contact, it could very well be the death of that phase. And now your person is challenged with, how do I reconcile and express my emotions? Because I would really want to go from being on my own and have an emotional new beginning with my person in order to build this Ten of Cups. But I feel like my person's either too boundaried, doesn't want me. I don't know how I'm going to move forward with this cup, but I don't want to go back to how things were. And I want to leave this state of separation. Maybe there was lessons learned here, but I'm challenged with moving forward, okay? Because this could be reconciliation. This can also mean third party. So I'm reading lots for a lot of different people. So just kind of take what's resonating here. Third party situation could very well be why your person cannot move forward with this Knight of Cups, because they've been in a situation with a third party, but they recognize that emotionally starting anew, what's going to emotionally fulfill them and bring this Ten of Cups is moving forward to extend this cup of love to you, but been held back by a third party. There's an ending now of this third party, okay? And what I'm feeling for this one who's resonating with third party, I am not, well, it could very well be a third energy, such as work or something else your person's been involved with. Could even be addictions if this was in reverse here, something that's been kind of, maybe they're over partying or over drinking or just kind of wrapped up in that thing, friend network. But I feel for a lot of you guys resonating with third party, there's a third person that your person has potentially been involved with and have recently put an end to that, okay? And that's what's been kind of holding them back here with this Eight of Swords. Some sort of third interference has been holding them back from moving forward with this cup of love. And they want to go from the Ace to the 10. And in order to do that, there needs to be the step forward. There needed to be an end to a third party energy. Okay, and maybe they felt they couldn't get out of that third party energy at some point. But yeah, there's been an ending here of that. Now let's take a look at the crowning card. And this is kind of what your person's moving towards, or at least guiding towards in this connection here. Okay, so Nine of Cups. So this is self-fulfillment. What's going to emotionally fulfill them and make them happy. And I feel like in order for your person to drive towards what makes them happy, I feel like they really want to experience this Ten of Cups, which is an emotional give and take with with you. This is about you and your person, okay? Or having this 10 of cups. And what that looks like is they have to extend this cup of love. They got to go from a 1 to a 10, but they want what's going to emotionally fulfill them, what's going to make them very happy here in a situation. And they have to really take a look at what's holding them back here with this 8 of Swords, all right? So that's kind of what they're driving towards. Let's take a look at near future energies here. And when I say near future, this could be a week from now to a month from now, depending on where you sit in timelines. We see the Lovers. Okay, so this is your person making a decision. And maybe that's why we saw the Death, because your person is gearing up to make a decision and how to proceed with this Knight of Cups offering. Okay, how to proceed with what's going to emotionally fulfill them. And the Lovers talks about going after, the love of your life, making a decision to choose this person, or, one person or over the other. But it's definitely a decision that needs to be made in regards to love. And I see like cups, emotionally wanting to move forward in the direction of what's going to fulfill them when it comes to love. Okay. Now let's take a look at far future here. We're also seeing Scorpio and Gemini coming up pretty strongly. So we have 2 of Swords. So this is also talking about a decision. Okay, and it could very well be that your person is faced with a decision in the next week to month that they might still be sitting on in the far future. And the far future is 3 to 6 months. Okay, depending, again, when you're watching this reading. But these both talk about decisions. And this is being faced by the universe with a decision that needs to be made. And this is somebody taking in action, or at least there's 2 opposing things going on in their life. And they're burying their head in the sand instead of moving towards something. Okay. We'll pull some clarifiers as to why they're sitting idle here, but we are seeing there needing to be a decision. And yeah, but what I'm also seeing is, maybe what started as a 3 of Cups is now sitting as 2 and 2, which is a little bit more balanced than things have been in the past, because 3s could talk about that third party energy getting in the way. And maybe your person's been more focused about, how do I build on my own, build on myself? How do I independently break away from a third party in order to be emotionally stable on my own so I can move to this 10 of Cups? And where do I offer this cup of love in order to emotionally fulfill myself? I have to put an end to something. Maybe I got to put an end to both relationships, right? Work on myself, know what it is that I truly want to get my 10 of Cups, and then move in with my cup. So who do I want to choose? And, am I going to be able to make this decision? Because I need to turn this 3 into 2. Okay. But there is an ending here that has passed. And again, because energy is fluid, maybe this is now passing energy or coming up in your person's energy right now, is they're putting an end to something here. And it could very well be putting an end to both connections if they are involved in a third party, or both energies if it's not another person. Could very well be a lifestyle, could very well be something that's holding them back from their emotional fulfillment. But just putting an end to it still doesn't make progress. And they could be sitting idle after this death and having to make a decision here, okay? This is see self. And this is how they're kind of seeing themselves showing up. 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, the 4 of Pentacles could talk about stability, but it also talks about this guarded energy and one who's maybe holding back, and maybe holding back because they fear loss. And this is giving me the same 8 of Swords type energy, where it's like guarded energy, unable to really move forward with something because maybe there's fear of, if they were to let go, that they would lose out on something. Okay, now we do see an ending here, but maybe your person feels guarded. If they start anew, they would give up some of their stability or be a little bit unstable here. But there is this emphasis on either holding back or holding on too tightly to something. Okay, and maybe they're holding on too tightly to not having to make a decision, and they're kind of in this guarded stance. And this is how, this is see self. So I feel like your person understands that maybe they've been in a position where they've been too guarded, unable to move and make the right decisions. So I do feel there is a sense of recognition here. Okay, so this is C's environment. So here's the 2 of Cups. So I feel like your person definitely recognizes that there is a partnership to be had, okay? And if you're resonating with there not being a third party and there's just being your person, I feel like they know that there's this Two of Cups to be had, that, you know, you're in their environment and there's this offering that needs to happen from them to you in order to have this emotional give and take, this balancing of energies and emotions, because this is an option card with two, this is two, this is two, and this is somebody holding back and being guarded. So I feel like your person is understanding that they're being guarded, and there is this love that could be experienced in their environment. And for whatever reason, they've been this Eight of Swords, holding back, holding too tightly, telling themselves that they can't move forward, you know, not being able to make decisions, not moving forward for whatever reason. Okay, but what they really want is to have emotional fulfillment for themselves. And maybe what this could mean is in order to have emotional fulfillment for themselves, maybe there's been a boundary put in place that they have to step forward and offer a cup of love in order for you guys to experience this Ten of Cups. You know, share in a partnership, but your person is being rooted by wanting to hang on to their social network. They're wanting to focus on themselves. They're wanting to, because this could be the card of just selfishly gratifying oneself, you know, not wanting to make a decision, needing to put an end to a way of life, you know, being selfish. I mean, the Ace of Cups isn't really a selfish type card, but it's really focusing on self. And this Nine of Cups is definitely a selfish card because it's filling one, you know, your own cups up. And this Three of Cups is third party energy, celebrations, lighthearted energies. And like I said, it could be addictions, obsessions with you know, living life kind of to a degree that's unhealthy. In some capacity, if there's over partying, but there's this need to move forward. And because we did see this Ten of Cups covering your person, this covering card is like, what do they need to do in order to obtain their Nine of Cups? They're going to have to embrace this Ten of Cups. And to embrace a Ten of Cups, you need to embrace a partnership. Okay, but for whatever reason, they've been holding back and they haven't been making this decision. Okay, so let's take and maybe you put an end to this. Maybe this is the end of this, you know, of this whole energy that's come to an end. Their self-gratifying energy. You put a boundary and saying you got to move forward if you want a Ten of Cups. You know, if you want what emotionally fills you, we need this Ten of Cups, and you need to make a decision here, of which I see your person still sitting on, you know, 3 to 6 months later, which we'll get clarity on. Okay, so sorry, there's lots of scenarios, like I said, but I'm trying to cover them all off for the ones that are ringing loudest. Okay, so this is hopes and fears. So here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I could definitely see how in order for them to get their emotional fulfillment and their wishes coming true with their hopes, is they're going to have to plant the seed of something that's grounding this connection in order for it to grow, or ground something in their world in order for it to grow. Ace of Pentacles talks about a new beginning in, you know, grounding a connection or bringing something from manifestation into this real world. And it's also a fear for them because I think up until now, your person hasn't been able to really plant the seed, maybe make things official, maybe, you know, embrace the fact that this is a partnership. They've been held back in some sort of way, but they're needing this to start with this Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like for a lot of them, yeah, in order to do that, there had to be an end of something and recognition as far as what's going to emotionally fulfill them. They're going to have to make a decision. And it all starts with planting the seed. Because, I mean, you can't just, you know, stay in emotions and not ground something and not solidify this connection in some sort of way. Okay, and maybe that's what they've been doing here with this Eight of Swords. It hasn't really been moving forward in any sort of way. Now, this is the outcome card. And we have this Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups talks about walking away from something that does not emotionally fulfill you anymore. And it's difficult to walk away because maybe at some point it emotionally fulfilled you. And so this could be very well be your person walking away from this Three of Cups situation, this third party energy, this way of life that maybe they used to feel enjoyment from. They're having to put an end to this in order to get closer to their Ten of Cups. okay, and make this decision. But in order to make a decision, they're going to have to walk away from something. And I feel like this being the outcome, I mean, they can't decide both options, because the Two of Swords talks about two opposing things. It's either this or that. Once you decide, there can't be two. Okay, and I feel like your person understands that they're going to have to walk away from something in order to make this decision. Could it be walking away from this connection? It could possibly be, but what I'm really feeling is that your person is wanting to choose this connection and grounding this connection with their hopes and fears. But I think there's just a lot of fear in what that means when they got to walk away and let go. Okay, when they let go of this, there's fear, and then they're going to emotionally experience pain from walking away from something, but they know they're going to have to plant this. Okay, so let's take a look at what this Two of Swords energy is here. Spirit wide, we have the Two of Swords here. What is that signifying here? Yeah, this is the future card with the Two of Wands. And again, 2, 2, 2, 2. Like, this is a decision that needs to be made that your person's really sitting on, and it's for their future. And this can also be a card that talks about distance, because in the Rider-Waite tarot, the gentleman is looking at the globe, so it could very well be needing to travel distance and taking a look at options. Okay, but this still doesn't give us any indication as to what is it. Maybe they're going to have to travel. Maybe they're going to have to, I don't know, move forward in some sort of way. Let's get another clarifier here. To be successful, they're going to have to move forward. And I feel like your person is just really scared of moving forward in this connection, because they're going to have to let go of something here. Let's take a look at what they're going to have to let go of. The Devil. Yeah, they're being held back by something that's very unhealthy. Could very well be partying, drinking, lifestyle, obsessions, addictions. They're being held back by something. Okay, and for all of you guys, it's different. I was feeling that heavy here. Has to be an ending of that in order to move forward, but this is going to give them victory. Victory in this connection, victory for themselves, victory for their future, success. But, you know, they're being held back right now, and the Devil energy is coming up very strong for this person. Okay, so this is what I see here for pile number 2. I know it's a little all over the place. Hopefully you followed your own story timeline, and I love you guys so much. Blessed be. If this sounded more like your energy than your person's, you might want to go check out another pile. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's the best way for me to keep track of energies. And don't forget to like this video. All right, see you soon. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you picked this tarot deck right here, then pile number 3, this is your reading. All right, so thank you so much to my new subscribers and my returning subscribers. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. We will be taking a look at all about your person, okay, and this connection. So where are they currently at? What does the future hold as far as what they'll do, how they're feeling, blah, blah, blah. But you may be encountering your own energy, okay? So if this sounds like your own energy, then chances are your person might be in a different pile. So just kind of take what's resonating, but you and your person could very well be mirroring, which just means that your guys are reflecting each other's energies, going through similar energy frequencies. So could very well be experiencing what your person's going through, and just kind of keep an open mind and use your intuition as far as if it's you or your person. And feel free to stick around, but don't forget to check out another pile, which could very well be your energy or your person's, okay? So we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 3. And pile number 3, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person. Thank you so much. So we'll be doing a Celtic Cross, and we'll go through what that looks like in a bit. I'll use these cards in a minute, so I'm going to cut them. In fact, I'm going to ring a bell, so you might want to mute your volume. Just kind of breaking energies here. These cards feel a little stagnant. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, spirits, can we get for pile number 3 and their person, all about their person, a significator card. Okay, so this is a significator. We'll flip them after. I'll just lay all the placements first. What covers your person? What crosses them? Beneath them? Behind them? We'll go through what all these mean. What crowns them? Immediately before them. Far future. See self. Sees environment. Hopes and fears. Outcome. Oh, I was about to flip it. Excited. Okay, and then bottom of the deck energy, which we'll take a look at, and this is kind of the flavor of this whole reading. We have the sun. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, so keep in mind, this could be your energy. If this is your energy, feel free to stick around, and your person's energy might be somewhere else. But sun is the most positive card in the tarot, so I'm just so blessed that we pulled the sun. Okay, so the sun represents clarity and illumination, happiness, joy, contentment. Also could very well be talking about the inner child. The sun could very well be ego as well. Okay, so we'll see how this plays out. But I feel like with this sun card, maybe there was a need or a recent light shed on the situation where there's been some clarity. Okay, I'm getting very happy vibes from this card here. So we'll see what all comes out. But the sun is a very, very, very positive card. And when I pull it, when I do readings, it kind of trumps any sort of negative energies that's around, and certainly sheds light in areas that might have been dark, or periods where there might have been some darkness or some uncertain where clarification needed to be had. So this is the significator card for your person. Okay, if it sounds like you, like I said, then it could very well be your energy. So this person's being represented by this Six of Swords. Okay, so yeah, I was getting this with the sun, that there was now this realization of this clarity. There's a moving away from turbulent times with the Six of Swords that talks about exiting out of a period of turmoil that might have been mentally exhausting and going on to calmer waters. Okay, so I feel like with the clarity and realization of what maybe makes your person happy, they've had to leave a situation that was not fulfilling, okay? And not fulfilling them in a mental capacity, because it was more stress than it was clarity, than it was happiness, than it was joy, and there was just a lot of turbulency, okay? I'm also seeing a lot of water here, so I feel like there's a lot of emotions involved. Maybe there was very deep emotions involved, and the fact that we have clouds here, that talks about confusion. So there was confusion, there's a lot of emotions involved, but there was also, because this is swords, mental anguish. So I feel like all a mixed bag of everything that had to be kind of moved away from in order to find happiness and clarity, because this energy is a bag full of stress. And maybe your person has been experiencing this for a very long time, being the significator card. Okay, so now what crosses them? And again, this is about this connection too. So potentially that was their state, how they've been kind of in this connection. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this connection was causing this. Could mean, if this is, you know, your energy and this is what you've experienced in this connection, or vice versa. But what I'm really feeling is that this person has just been really in this state, okay? And now they're wanting to move out of that state, or having some clarity around what does moving away from that state look like. And this is the covering card. So this is covering energies, okay? Circumstances covering your person. So we have the Empress. Wow. So I feel like this could very well be your own energy, guys, but if this is your reading for your person, could very well be that this person is recognizing where there's abundance in this connection for them, okay? Or where there's abundance just for them in general, moving away from things that were stressful. If this is your energy, you're stepping into your Empress power, okay? The Empress power is the divine feminine. This is the most abundant card in the tarot, and this is the most positive card when it comes to joy and certainty and clarity. This is like, you know, God, this is source, this is giving life to everything, and this is the most abundant. This is like love in its purest form, unconditional love, abundance in every area of life, be it career, love, stability, and this is also mother energy. It is also talking about this inner child, because inner child and mother go hand in hand. Okay, so maybe there's an embracing of what allowing this loving inner child looks like, and moving away from turbulent times. Okay, absolutely love this Empress card. Super beautiful. Okay, so what crosses then is this Knight of Swords. Okay, well, Knight of Swords is the quickest moving knight in the deck, and the Knight of Swords talks about, you know, coming into a challenge and potentially being honest about situations that might be very difficult. You know, sometimes they have to go in and do something that might be painful, because the truth requires there to be some challenge to overcome. Sometimes it is painful, and the Knight of Swords, I feel, is ready to face a challenge. But I feel like in this case, this Knight of Swords is holding this communication here, and the fact that it is sitting as the crossing card maybe has been the challenge for this person. So if it is your person, in coming forward and facing a challenge and communicating a truth, okay? But I feel like because the sword is not quite straight in this card, because I mean the sword of truth is always upright, and the fact that we got the sword crooked, I feel like maybe there was this inability to recognize truths or communicate truths in this connection. That's been a challenge. And the fact that the sword is pointing to the sun here, that there has been a need to embrace what's actually true and shed light in a situation where there needs to be truth, not half truths and crooked truths, but full truths. And I don't think there has fully been. And this person doesn't look very happy in having to communicate something. Okay, so this is coming up as the crossing card. Okay, we're also getting Taurus and Leo energy here. So now we're looking at what grounds them. Now this is hidden in the subconscious. It could very well be the accumulation of energies. That's kind of what built to them being where they're at right now in their subconscious. So we have the Tower. Okay, so there is a Tower moment here. Something surprising, shocking. Maybe this connection was built on shaky ground and there had to be a moving away from turbulency, okay, in order to find or to embrace this Empress power. But the Tower does talk about things coming to a crumble, things that weren't made to last because they were built on shaky foundation. Something surprising, something shocking, something that, you know, no one was really expecting here has had to come kind of tumbling down. And I feel like I wasn't reading any reversals, this being reversed. Maybe this person had to create a Tower moment, embrace this Tower moment, or be honest. And maybe that is the challenge, was being honest with what this Tower moment looks like once there was clarity and light shed on a situation, because they'd have to sort of deal with this Tower moment. So there might have been a state of in denial or a state of not wanting to see things because this Tower was trying to be avoided in some sort of way. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so now this is passing energy, and passing could be in the, you know, recent week to month, depending when you sit on the timeline. It could be energies that are about to flow out of existence here, but it is passing energies. Okay, so can't really pin down timelines when it comes to energy, but this is passing. So we have this Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this being a passing energy is potentially this person, you know, moving towards something slowly, towards an outcome of wanting to build something. And it could very well be that what I'm seeing here is this Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight, was moving forward with an idea of building something, and not even an idea, because a pentacle is, you know, grounding something and building something, and potentially there was a pentacle planted and an idea to keep moving towards what this thing is that, you know, your person wanted to plant. And there's been a realization that maybe this pentacle got planted in the wrong area, and there, you know, there's a tower moment, or potentially, yeah, I feel like this Knight of Pentacles is talking about speed as well. So maybe this person is recognizing that this Knight of Pentacles is too slow in planting seeds and moving forward, and there has to be some faster moving knights here with the Knight of Swords, because the Knight of Swords is like the fastest, the Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest. And in order to plant something, maybe there had to be some truths that weren't being communicated, and that the truth of the matter is maybe this knight was very slow, and by the time the knight got going, there had to be this tower moment, or this tower moment of recognizing that nothing was really progressing in the way that it should have been progressing here. Okay, so let's take a look at the crowning card. We see this Ten of Swords. So this talks about a painful ending, and that would stand to reason that, you know, there's a moving away from turbulent times with the Six of Swords. Had to be an ending of something, and I feel like the ending could have very well been that slow moving knight that was trying to plant something very slowly, and there was a tower moment caused in order for you know, this person to embrace their full abundance and this joy and this happiness. And the challenge here is really just coming to terms with clarity, having this communication, this honest truth, and moving from this knight to this knight energy. Okay, but this is definitely an ending. Okay, and we'll pull some clarifiers after we do the reveal here. So immediate future here, which could be a week to a month. Okay, depending on, again, where you fall in this timeline. We have the Eight of Cups. This is also a walking away. So week to a month, this is what doesn't emotionally fulfill you any longer, being left behind. Okay, and sometimes it is very painful because it might have been something that we're emotionally attached to that we have to walk away from, but it's no longer emotionally fulfilling us. Okay, it's not fulfilling us. It caused more pain maybe than joy. So there was a need to walk away. There's a need to put an ending here. I need to put an ending to something. Okay, now what could very well be the ending here was the end of a situation that wasn't emotionally fulfilling you. Now, doesn't necessarily mean that this connection could be completely over, but there was a tower moment. Something had to fall. Something had to be put to an end, because there's been clarity now around what's going to emotionally fulfill. And it certainly isn't this cloudiness and this turbulency. Okay, and this person's learning to embrace their Empress, or at least recognize the situation as being something that they could be abundant in. Okay. Yeah, and learning to really face truths and have honest communications. Things are moving way too slowly here. Now, this is the far future, which is a month. Sorry, yes, it could very well be 3 months to 6 months from now, okay, depending on, again, where you fall in this timeline. We have this Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the down and out card. This is a feeling of lack. This is looking at a situation from a place of lack. Now, we will take a look at what goes from here to here, okay, because I do feel like there is a jump here, and maybe we can pull some cards just to see. But 6 months, yeah, there's this place maybe of looking back and feeling left out in the cold. So your person could very well be leaving what emotionally doesn't fulfill them, thinking, you know, that they'll put an end and move away, and then find themselves 3 to 6 months from now being in a place of lack, feeling like they're left out in the cold and that they're unable to get whatever it is that they're wanting. Okay, we'll pull cards around that and see what that's about. See self, we have the Moon. So the Moon card talks about illusions, and this is like the divine feminine energy. And we have the divine masculine energy as kind of the overall energy of the bottom of the deck. So when we see both the moon and the sun, I always feel as though there's a balancing of masculine and feminine energy required. But the moon could very well be that it was a need to be honest with self, and that we were seeing things in this sort of maybe perceiving things differently than what they actually were. So if this is your person's energy, they were experiencing and seeing themselves maybe as something that wasn't true, right? Which is why there was this tower moment. There was a need for an ending. The sun shedding clarity, and it's caused to strife here. Yeah, I feel like this moon is really talking about not being able to see things all that clearly, and also could very well be fear in facing honest and truthful discussions, fear in actually taking a look at self. Okay, so this is C's environment. So here we have the Knight of Wands. Oh my goodness, we have almost all the knights. So this being in the C's environment with the Knight of Wands, this is like, you know, the knight is very passionate, very fiery, goes after what they want, and sometimes it's very fleeting energy. And I feel like this being in the environment card, that potentially there is an instability to this environment that has been very quick and has been very full of passion and drive, but it's very fleeting, which has led to this tower moment. Okay, which maybe there was some in denial about, or some seeing this for something that it was not. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here in the environment. Hopes and fears. Oh my goodness. We have this Five of Wands. All right, so Five of Wands talks about competition and challenges and inner conflict. So I feel like this being kind of in this hopes, fears type position, it's like in order for this person to find their joy, find their happiness, and come to terms with reality, there is this feeling of inner conflict that they're having to battle. I mean, they're going to have to move away from what, you know, emotionally doesn't fulfill them, what mentally is causing anguish, put an end to something, deal with this tower moment, you know, potentially put themselves in this mindset of lack with the Five of Pentacles, and feeling very challenged and conflicted here. Okay, let's take a look at outcome card. We see this Queen of Pentacles. All right, so I believe pile number 1, the outcome card was also Queen of Pentacles, and this is giving me heavy like Empress vibes, because the Queen of Pentacles is the mother card, single mom, independent, strong, stable, reliable, caregiver, very caring, very loving, you know, very much in her own power, very capable of being on her own, standing on her own. So I feel like if this is your energy, you know, you're wanting to embrace your Queen of Pentacles, you're wanting to stand on your own, you're wanting to be independent. If this is your person's energy, they could very well be wanting to have something that's more stable and more durable here in regards to what they're looking after, not something based on a tower. You know, not something based on what's not emotionally fulfilling, based on truth, not based on fears and maybe self-doubt and lies. Okay, Queen of Pentacles is also earth energy, so that's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers here, because I have questions. First, I have a question around this Knight of Pentacles and the passing energy. So this was too slow, but I still don't see how this is telling us much. So what's with this Knight of Pentacles here? So passing energy is, okay, wanting a new beginning, and maybe where we were trying to plant seeds and move forward has now been a course correct, a change in course, and wanting to start anew. Okay, and starting anew would mean moving away from what doesn't emotionally or mentally fulfill us, and moving towards something that does. Okay, so that makes sense. So I'm going to see what the Ten of Swords is putting an end to here. And the Page of Cups. Okay, so could very well be putting an end to moving forward with extending this cup of love in this connection. So if this is you, maybe you've had to make a decision to walk away from this connection, not show this cup of love, put an end to that in order to find your emotional fulfillment. Okay, let's pull one for the Tower, just because that is a very heavy card here, and then we'll pull one for the Five of Pentacles. Why is the Tower here, Spirit? We have the Five of Cups. Yeah, so the Tower moment was maybe realizing and recognizing there's a lot of sadness here. There wasn't really anything built on what's going to emotionally fulfill us. If this is your person, there was a crumbling of this foundation and then a feeling of remorse, sadness, loss, and a need to release, okay, and put an end to that. Cups. So definitely a relationship that wasn't fulfilling in order to move forward like this Fool. Okay, so let's take a look at this Five of Pentacles. Why is there a Five of Pentacles here for the far future? Eight of Pentacles. Okay, one more. So the Eight of Pentacles is like a dedicated card when it comes to putting in energy and effort and also work. Queen of Swords. Okay, so yeah, what this is telling me is that in the far future, this person is having a very solid boundary because of the feeling of lack and loss in this connection specifically, where it wasn't able to provide and keep this person in a Five of Pentacles vibe. They're wanting to move towards this Eight of Pentacles, where they can actually put in energy and effort in something that's going to be rewarding and that they want to be dedicated to. So there has to be a boundary and a putting an end to this Five of Pentacles energy, because there definitely wasn't, there wasn't a fulfillment here, okay? And that all talks about this Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles, putting an end to a situation where there was no fulfillment, no emotional fulfillment, no mental peace, okay, where it was built on shaky ground, where they're feeling out in the cold. Queen of Swords could very well be your energy here with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, putting an end to that in order to really focus on what matters, maybe focus on work, building stability here. Yeah, I feel like there's a focus on wanting to build stability and focus on areas you can control, have a new beginning, embrace your full abundance here as the Empress, okay, and having to really be honest with yourself and have full truths. That might have taken a while with that Sun that we were seeing here, and maybe we were in denial about it. Okay, this is really feeling like your energy than it is your person's energy. I'm going to pull one more just for this Five of Wands and see what's going on here with this Five of Wands and the hopes and fears. What is this competition and challenge and Two of Swords? Okay, so yeah, potentially making this decision to have this communication and be honest with self has been something that's been a challenge, an inner conflict, and maybe there's been some stalling out in which way to move or actually taking a step. Okay, but I feel like there will be steps taken for sure. With this, in the next week to a month, we see this Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something that is not emotionally fulfilling in order to find something that we can invest in. And maybe we've been sitting on this Two of Swords for a while, but the ultimate goal here is to find that stability, that Queen of Pentacles with the Sun, the joy, shedding clarity in a situation where you're able to step into your full power as the Empress. And if this is your person, then this is kind of what they're wanting to embrace. And maybe they're releasing this connection because it's not providing them what they need. Okay, so if you're here as the Divine Masculine, maybe your Divine Feminine is walking away, is what I see here. So yeah, your energy might be in a different pile, and I wish you guys the very, very best. Here we have the Page of Pentacles, which is grounding something new. So maybe there's a need for this person to look elsewhere, plant a seed elsewhere, and be honest with themselves as to what that looks like. All right, and start from the ground up. So I love you guys so much. Blessed be. I hope this resonated. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.